Hello, my hot potato. In the last two videos, I brought you along with me on my journey to Korea for my first ever plastic surgery experience. And in this video, I'll be sharing my skincare and laser treatments along with my post-surgery follow-up and the progress so far. If you haven't watched part 1 or 2 yet, make sure to do so first. I'll be linking my plastic surgery playlist in the down bar if you're ready to binge watch. And yeah, let's go! So here is what I looked like the following Monday. The nose cast is off and the swelling in my nose and face should go down slowly over a year, but here I am, Potato Lily. I met up with Anna to head over to Banobagi Dermatology for more deswelling and pampering. The face massage was amazing and I took another nap, of course, just call me nap queen. My favorite part, which is on the bottom screen, was when she was spreading this cold face mask on and oh my gosh, it felt so nice. Then Anna and I met up with Dr. Kim once again to ask him any last minute questions before we get into the laser treatments. I had another amazing facial massage before the numbing cream was applied to my entire face for the laser treatment prep. I was super hot. Imagine this in a dark room at the corner. The numbing cream finally took effect, so Dr. Kim was ready to get started. The V-beam laser was first, and this is commonly for issues like rosacea, pigmented and vascular lesions, scars, and stretch marks. He also used the Celis laser and I2PL for whitening and cell firm laser toning and CO2 treatment for pigmentation. I was super excited for the Aqua Glossy PRP injections for glowy, healthy skin, and the laser treatments weren't bad at all. Some felt like little pinpricks, but nothing too bad. And after that, I got another relaxing facial massage and napped for probably the 10th time that day. We finished things off with a BioLight therapy to promote healing. So as I'm speaking to you, I am actually almost 4 months post-op. So after that, I went to meet up with Dr. O to review my x-rays. Dr. O did tell me that the swelling would go down day by day over a span of a year, and even right now, as I'm talking to you, I'm actually quite swollen. I still feel like this whole area of my face is like quite swollen, like I poke it and yeah, it's swollen. Yeah, I was just really amazed with how the results turned out and the balance of my face.
This is before the surgery?
In my after x-rays, I had my mouth partially open still, so it looks like the size didn't change much, but there was definitely a change in the overall like size and symmetry and everything. So as of now, I am recording this on May 5th, and so I am almost to my 5 months post-op. I'm still quite swollen. Day by day, the incisions are fading away. I don't have any numbness in my face, and I haven't had any revisional surgeries after that. And just a very important thing to consider if you're going into surgeries like this is that even though you change your bone structure, you also have to account for the amount of fat that you have in your face or how big your mouth muscles are. And during my final consultation, Dr. O did say that I would have even better results if I lost a few pounds. And so since December, I've improved my diet, I worked on my portion control, not eating too much at one time, and I've also kept up with my exercise. So I've lost 17 pounds since December, and if you guys want a separate video on that, I'm totally down for it. Just let me know below. And the same day that I came in for my final consultation, I also had my mouth stitches all removed, and I kid you not, if you do facial contouring, that will be the most painful part of the whole entire process. So after that was over with, I had my final consult with Dr. Lee to have him check out my nose and have some final counseling on aftercare and what to expect and stuff. When I saw him for my final consultation, I was still very swollen. I was kind of freaked out because my nostrils were a different size, and I didn't think about the swelling and what that would do to it, but as the swelling went away, the nostrils are now the same size. So you really have to just wait until the swelling is completely over to assess how your nose is, and so that's going to take a whole year. And by the 1 month mark, my swelling actually went down considerably. So basically, it's going to take a complete year for nose, facial contouring, all that to completely deswell. So I'm still healing, I'm still quite swollen. And a lot of people will say this after a nose job, is that the nose feels very stiff. And the nose tip now feels quite hard still, and pretty stiff, and I still am not used to it, I guess. Okay, so today is May 21st, and I am almost 6 months post-op. Not exactly 6 months, but nothing crazy to note, just wanted to check in. And yeah, I feel like I'm definitely a lot more comfortable as the months progress, I guess, with my mouth expression being, you know, as extreme as it used to be. He didn't cut the sides of my nose or anything, he just raised my bridge by a lot. Like, I have a bridge now, and I absolutely adore my profile. That is probably why I had a lot of questions about whether or not I did anything with my eyes or if I did eyelid surgery, and no, I didn't do any eyelid surgery or anything. I think when you raise your nose bridge, your eyes will be pulled in like this, so my eyes might appear bigger. Also, gotta give it up to my sister Talia, who does my eyelash extensions. Nowadays I don't do too much with my eyes. I don't wear a crap ton of eyeliner or falsies anymore, and so if you think about it, if you don't line your eyes, you're going to have a lot more lid space, and so it'll appear like your eyelids are bigger. But I swear to you guys, I did not do anything with my eyelids. I loved them the way they were. And on top of that, a lot of people also wondered if I did a boob job ever, or like during my Korea trip, or no, I've never had a boob job. Everything that I've ever done was showcased in this plastic surgery journey. And right now I feel like I'm not as expressive when I talk, because like right down here, this area, it still feels very tight. He did some cartilage work down here to shape my nose. My mouth is just not used to the tightness, and I don't want to stretch it too much. So after that consultation, I was really excited, really pumped, and then we did the lip filler. The stitch removal process for the V-line was definitely a step down from lip fillers, and Dr. Lee and I both discussed that we wanted it to be very natural, and I just wanted to try it out. So we only did a 1 ml syringe. He injected a little bit down here too, and primarily up here, and that gave a lot of balance to my face. But guys, that was probably the most painful part of the process. We only put a numbing cream on, and oh my gosh, it still hurts so much. Tears were streaming down my face. It was more painful than the time that I went ice sledding, and then I fell off the sled halfway down a hill and I slid the rest of the way on my face. It was that much more painful than that. So yeah, after all that, I was done for the day, and I just met up with my friend Lily, who I met in Korea, and I met up with my other friends that lived in Korea, and we just hung out. So make sure you check out those vlogs. I am slowly but surely going to upload those. And then the following morning, Doc Finder Korea sent over a driver who picked us up and dropped us off at the airport, and I was, you know, headed home. I miss Korea so much. So yeah, that is it. I am thinking of doing a Q&A. So comment below with any questions that you had. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can. And just off the top of my head, a lot of you guys were wondering why I did my plastic surgery in Korea, and I did consider my options in America, but for the surgeries that I was interested in, like facial contouring, I felt like Korean surgeons are a lot more experienced in that, and they do these surgeries every single day. Plus, Dr. Lee is very popular in Vietnam, and even my cousins in Vietnam know about Dr. Lee. And that's also why I went to Banobagi, because the friends that I knew in Korea that lived in Korea also recommended Banobagi for facial contouring, and they also have a dermatology clinic, which I was really interested in trying and doing the whole laser treatment stuff. And I also wanted to talk about my laser treatment stuff. I thought it was freaking amazing. I had a lot of compliments on my skin and just how poreless it looked and how like even the tone was. I didn't even wear foundation or anything. I stopped my birth control, which was the main thing that was keeping my acne in check, and I didn't pick that up after that. And I broke out after 3 months. Like, it was hormonal breakout. It was like back with a vengeance, all right here. And it was so bad. When you do these laser treatments, you have to do 4 or 5, maybe even 6 of these treatments through a span of a few months in order for it to have lasting results. I really liked the Aqua Glossy treatment. My skin was so glowy, and it just looked so nice and hydrated, and So I am definitely interested in doing further laser treatments. And a lot of you guys were also wondering why I went with an agency like DocFinder or whatever. And DocFinder was actually not the very first agency I looked into. When I was doing my research, I talked to several agencies. And DocFinder was actually the only and first one that really helped me with this whole research process and answered a ton of my questions. And I just felt super comfortable with DocFinder. If I had to do all this again, I would still choose Banobagi and I would still choose DocFinder Korea as my agency. So I'm glad that they were there to give me their advice. And even now, months after my surgery, if I ever have a question, I would just shoot a little message on WhatsApp to Anna. So there's that follow-up communication, which I find is really important. I know some of you guys were also asking about like pricing and stuff. A lot of the times you're going to need to send in your pictures and they can give you a price quote or anything. Just any plastic surgery clinic will be able to give you a price quote. So yeah, that is it. I'm super excited for you guys to see my upcoming videos. I have a lot of cool, interesting stuff coming out, especially now that I am done with school. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!